What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bowls podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu, martial arts movies, and pop culture. This is episode 61. Did I get that right?
Yes. Yes.
51 or 61?
Hold on,
61.
51.
I've got a delay on mine.
61. All right, Enrique, what is our famous 61?
I don't know, bro. What?
God damn it. Hey.
It's too early for this.
Oh my God. This is an early one. This is our second early podcast. So I am probably going to drop a lot of fucking F-bombs. So just know that if you're watching this if you're listening to this with the kids, what kind of fucking horrible parent are you? All right, Abarca, say hi.
Hey, what's up, folks?
Enrique.
Good morning, everyone.
Super Producer Stevens.
Hello.
And remember, my name is Ivan. All right, hit us with that 61, Enrique. Go.
Bob DeMarco.
Bob DeMarco, family member of Mark DeMarcus. I don't know. I'm making shit up. I have no idea. It's too damn early for this. Hey, so since we last were talking, there's a lot of shit on TV. We started talking about one of them, but let's hit it with what I know the Star Wars people are super happy about. But Barca, Stevens, and anybody else who's watched it, what are you thinking so far of Obi-Wan? How you feeling it?
Oh, finally we can talk about this actress. And the right wing, and the left wing.
Tell us about that.
Now, first of all,
tell us about that. Well, tell us about the show, and then tell us about that because that shit blows my mind, bro. I didn't know that was an actual thing. Go ahead.
All right, man. So Obi-Wan Kenobi is back. It's on its third episode. New episode will drop on Wednesday. Apparently, people have lost their minds and are justifying being racist as a valid critique of the show. Apparently, they don't like the story. They don't like the acting in the show. Mind you, a show that, in a series that's meant for 12-year-olds, which was told to us at Star Wars Celebration. Hey, George Lucas made this for 12-year-olds. So maybe get over yourself.
When you're saying made for 12-year-olds, we're talking about the whole Star Wars universe.
The whole Star Wars is made for kids. It's a fairy tale, right? And so I guess people are upset because the movies haven't grown with the adults. You know how some shows start off one way and then as the series progresses, they get a little more mature. I think Clone Wars has done that. But people have been very toxic towards the main villain. Well, the second main villain, because we have Darth Vader in this show. Spoilers. And legit sending her like, hey, oh, look at this N-word, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you think you're the only N in Star Wars? Like very explicit, very blatant things that go beyond criticism.
What?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing.
Wow.
Someone could justify, but, oh, no, the person that was sending her these messages may have been African-American. Well, it doesn't matter because they don't know that about you on the internet. You are an anonymous little avatar. So Star Wars, Twitter, Obi-Wan Kenobi, people that worked with her in the Star Trek franchise have all said, yo, man, why are you bullying this lady? Like, all she did is give you a character. Like, it doesn't affect my life anyway. It doesn't change what I do next week. It's just sad. So,
okay, this is what's weird. Like, and maybe Enrique, because you don't watch Star Wars as much as we do, right? And not as much, especially not as much as like Bark. I know Bark and Stevens have been on a lot of it, and you guys just came back from Celebration. So, isn't this strange for the fans of this group? Does that make sense? Like, if I turn on Fox News, I know what I'm getting. Like, if I'm watching Tucker Carlson, I know what I'm getting. But like Star Wars.
You mean a series about a whole bunch of different races of aliens?
Aliens? Yeah, exactly.
And people and yeah, it's bizarre. I don't like. I've been trying to think about it, and I know they did it with Finn, right? And then Rose Tico.
People lost their mind.
More recent movies.
When Finn
they were not
takes off the helmet, and they're like, oh, Black Stormtrooper, not my Star Wars.
What?
Yeah, they did Well, because they're clones, right?
But if you think about when the movies originally came out, which was what year?
77.
So, back then, and there was one black character.
The coolest
Right?
character in all the galaxy, but yes,
Was he in the first one?
Ada said, "No, baby."
Second one, right?
I came back in the second one, and I stole Han Solo's clothes in the third one.
Yeah.
I mean, so the race, as bad as racism is still in this country, even back, I mean, it was worse back then. And the people that, even though, were young when that came out, nowadays they're older, and, with everything that's happened here lately, and, let's not get into all that, but things are,
Let's break it down.
yeah, things
That's what people come to this podcast for, Enrique, is racism talk. Let's go.
Things are unfortunate, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm actually not surprised. I mean, it goes with what's been going on here lately. So
my phone decided to play "Break It Down." That's what my phone decided to do. God damn, Siri. Super Duper Siri still trying to make it in there. Okay, I love it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I truly was when Abarca was having this conversation with me. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You can't. I mean, how can you be with anything nowadays?
I get you, but
I know people are crazy.
Okay, so
they have a voice.
They have a platform where they have a voice, but people think that listen. We have a podcast. We think people should hear us, but people go a little extra, thinking like, well, not just do they need to know about this movie, but they need to know about everything that I have to say about this community, about whatever.
I guess my biggest, like, remember the time where you just had three Star Wars movies and you didn't know if you were going to get anything else? And now you're getting all this fucking content, and there's going to be hits, there's going to be misses, but still you got shit to look forward to. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just don't understand how you can shit on that. Like you can talk like, oh, I didn't like the Solo story, or I didn't like, cool, okay. But like, going personally, and just because this person's like, again, when you're talking, Steven said it, that's what I guess surprises me. It's about fucking aliens, bro. Like, Jar Jar Binks, what color was he? I don't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're all different. Like, why are you, like, I guess that's what surprises me, Enrique. Like, I really don't get that shit. Like, if you don't like it, you're going to get another show like in fucking 6 months probably, dude, or another movie or something. Like, who gives a shit? I guess it's that personal attacking that just makes it so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the series I enjoy. People are saying that Obi-Wan's not the main character in this. And guess what? There is another character from the trilogy that is in this movie, or in this show. There's several other characters that have appeared in other movies that are here. People are saying it's too slow. I'm like, what do you want? Just action? Like first frame action? It's like, no, you haven't seen this character. When I go to Ivan's house, when I go to anybody's house, I'm not going to say, hey, motherfucker, what's up? Like, you remember this thing? It's like, no, hey, how's it going, man? You good? You say hi to the family. You say hi to people that are there. And then you go and do the main stuff.
I heard a lot of people, well, not a lot, but someone I heard talking about it was complaining about the fact that Obi-Wan is just kind of wandering around without his powers. Have you found that to be a problem?
Yes, but I think more... It's like I haven't used my powers in 10 years. Like I stopped being Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm Ben.
So it's
still Kenobi. Like
so it's about
yeah. I have more issues with very technical things, man. Yeah, totally. Like the sheer fact that he fights Darth Vader in this, and you can see Darth Vader is now this giant cyborg that only uses one hand to fight, and Kenobi's still like, I haven't used this in 10 years. So
I heard if you don't use it, you lose it. So.
That's hey, apparently. But you can tell the performance. He's a broken man. Like he lost. He legit lost.
Oh, that's true.
And it wasn't even just his friends. His entire way of life is gone. Everything is gone. Right there is no republic. The senators now work for the Empire. So essentially, Nazis have controlled the world for 10 years. And he's just trying to hide in it.
And Well, and you're learning that if you when you use the Force, other Force-sensitive people know you're using that, and they're hunting them down. So he hasn't used anything because they're going to find him, and all he wants to do now is protect those kids, right? Like he just wants to make sure Luke is all good. That's all he wants.
And see, and that's the problem is people that don't know this, and they go in thinking, "Oh, it's Obi-Wan from the
should
movies.
Float, bro.
He fucking kicks ass. I'm gonna start watching the show so he can kick ass," and then he doesn't, and you're like
but
disappointed.
The story,
and then I know, but then those people are trashing the show, like, "Oh, this show sucks. Why would they do this? This is so lame." Blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, first of all, people that are making this know more than you do. So if they decided to make this choice that this is the story they want to tell, then you just gotta trust it. You gotta trust that this is what they're giving you, and just enjoy the fucking ride. F-bomb, there. I'm gonna join your. It's early, so that's what's annoying about a lot of stuff, especially in the Star Wars, where people are super critical about this stuff.
Star Wars fans are assholes.
I was gonna say,
they are like not all of them, not all of them, because we were.
How dare you?
We were just at a convention where those people would not have been that way. These are people who sit at home,
keyboard warriors,
and are just trolling people because they can. Yeah,
right. Keyboard warriors. Yeah.
They're not real fans, I guess.
Like, this album a real fan. I'm
like they're fans, but not real fans.
Keyboard cholos.
Keyboard cholos, right? I guess, guys, look, we sit here, we talk about movies all the time. We watch them, we shit on stuff, but we have a good time with it in the end. And we're going to continue to watch this stuff. And that's the thing. I mean, trash it. But I just think it's crazy to race. That's wild to me. Like I said, that's why when the Barker was talking about that, I was like, what? Yeah. Are you serious?
Yes. And don't justify criticism. Don't just the criticism for the show as something racial. I'm not going to say, hey, you know what? The little, there's a little girl on the show. They went after her because she got a big forehead.
Yeah.
That's their criticism.
Because she doesn't look like her. Her forehead is too big. She's 10.
They said that if they put an X on her forehead, a helicopter would land.
Oh my God. Maybe someone said that somewhere.
Look, being from the big forehead community, fuck you guys, all right? I'm gonna take this. This is bullshit. Oh my God. It's not that I have a big forehead, it's that my fucking hairline goes all the way back. That's what the problem is and shit. But that's wild. That's fucking wild. And again, you remember when we didn't have it? We couldn't have done this podcast 20 years ago. Be like, what's the newest thing that's come out? You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit now. Why are you mad? Yeah, I got on the TV Guide this week. Put in the TV Guide to talk about this week.
Next Wednesday.
We're getting so much stuff. Gosh dang, man. Yeah, next Wednesday. That's crazy. Well, here, another show that we kind of, we teased a little bit, and Enrique and I kind of started fanboying on it, but I watched the last episode and I'm so freaking in. I'm loving The Offer, guys. I'm really enjoying The Offer.
I'm not caught up. I don't think I think I'm not caught up to the last episode, but yeah, dude, I was kind of waiting on it. I knew I was gonna watch it, but you kept talking about it, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna watch this, but I was wanting to wait till the whole thing released just because I wanted to binge it. And of course, I started it, and I was mad at myself because I'm like, I was ready for the next episode. But yeah, dude, I'm loving it. It's so fucking good. Everyone in I'm briefly mentioned last time, everyone in this is so good. You worry about these iconic characters and now newer characters, kind of like the forehead thing. We're gonna complain about someone having too big of a forehead, doesn't look like Al Pacino or whatever. Dude, everyone in this is so good, dude. That the guy that played Al Pacino, which I mentioned last time. At first, I was like, I wasn't sure, and then he in the show as he's becoming Al Pacino, he does he changes his expression and then his voice, and I was like, it blew my mind, dude. I was like, wow, that was, and then the Marlon Brando guy, dude, that was good too.
Nailed it. Yeah, Coppola, awesome.
Yeah, which we know him, right? From other stuff, but he's really good as Coppola. Yeah, man, it's it's a really good show. I'm enjoying the shit out of it.
So just so people know, it's we when we first talked about this, we thought it was going to be a prequel, right? And we're kind of like, I was kind of a little worried about that. But it's the making of this movie. And if even 10% of this is true, this movie had no business becoming an actual movie. Like, it's insane what they're going through to make this actually get to the theaters at the time. What was going on with Paramount, what was going on with the Mafia, what was going on with just the whole thing. And it's fun. It's a fun ride. There's stuff that you're like, oh, that's so cool. This is, and I didn't know, I think I knew this, but I didn't know this. Barca, this is Pacino's first big role. Like, this is his big one.
I think it's his breakout
role. That's
role.
what they're making it sound like in The Offer.
Yeah, it's one of his first movies.
Yeah, they brought him from the.
I think he was doing theater.
He was like a Broadway guy, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They were talking about him being in theater. Yeah. So I wonder what, and it doesn't really explain it, but it seems like Coppola really wanted him to be the guy. Well, that's the whole thing in the first few episodes. Like, he doesn't want anybody else to do it. They wanted they wanted him to be the guy, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then they end up moving him over. Yeah. They wanted him to be the guy.
Sunny.
Yeah, but like they were like, dude, no, like he's not Italian. Like, we need to get an Italian guy to do this. And Coppola kept fighting for him, and he wasn't big. He's too short. He's too, like, they were all like all these things against him or whatever. But like, it's super cool. It's super cool to see the is it GW? Their side of the story. That's something I never even like thought of, or even like the people, the money people, and what they kind of had to go through and how they were feeling about it. Really cool.
The parent company, right? That owns Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
They don't still owe them?
No, I don't even think that's a company anymore, right?
No, it's like
Great West. No, what was it? Golden.
I mean,
Golden West Casino.
The show focuses mainly on Al Ruddy, right? The producer, and his journey while making this, trying to put this whole movie together, basically he became a fucking mobster. Basically, not where he was killing people, but he became homies with what's his name?
That guy plays such a good.
I'm drawing a blank. He's super good too.
Like, his voice that he has is amazing. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. So that whole journey was kind of interesting. And it's so funny because now you think back, like, who else could have played this? We love. I mean, Godfather is a masterpiece, and you think, man, what would this have been? It's crazy how these things you just never know. And the people that are making it, they go with what they believe in. And
what if James Caan is Michael? Does the movie hit the same? Does it, like, it's different? One cool thing that I was talking to Bark about this. I started reading The Godfather again just because of the show. I was like, didn't we read it again? It's been such a long time, And I was like, I forgot how much about Johnny Fontaine is in the book, but not in the movie.
Oh, dude, the Frank Sinatra stuff.
Yeah,
that shit was wild. That was wild. Yeah. Like, he's a fucking asshole, right?
Well, that's why Marlon Brando says he wants to do the movie. He goes, Sinatra's an asshole, so I'm going to do this movie to piss him off. But like, the book has, look, that being said, if I'm Sinatra at the time and I read this book, I'm like, hey, motherfucker, that's me. Like, you're telling me shit, and you're making me look like because that character's an idiot. He's like, well, not an idiot, but like the shit he goes through, whatever, right? So it's like, I could see why he didn't want it to be done, but it was kind of cool. It's cool to see that, like, they took it out. And this movie's still 2 hours and how much, like, that would have been a whole nother hour, Stevens, you've watched some of it already?
Oh, just the first episode still. I finished up another series.
What'd you finish up?
Yeah, what'd you finish
Let's
up?
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I was watching
Supernatural?
No, but I am going to go back to that. I was watching The Outlaws by Stephen Merchant on Amazon Prime. It's about a group of people who get busted for various reasons and are in the community service. They have to do like community service hours or whatever.
Who's the main character in this? The old man? What's his name?
Christopher Walken's in there.
Yeah.
Stephen Merchant's in there. A whole bunch of new kids or whatever. But it's just about something that happens to them over the time of their serving these community service hours and stuff. So I had started that, And I was like, oh, I want to finish that before I got really into something else. Because that's the thing, is if I start all these things and I don't go back to finish them. So I was like, no, we're going to finish something and then go to the next thing and we'll finish that. So The Offer is probably the next thing that I need to go finish. So I finished Halo. I finished The Outlaws. Now we're back.
You're right. I think that's when I don't finish shows, when I start like 2 or 3 at the same time, and all 2 or 3 of them never get finished. It's like I have to like muscle through one and kind of do it that way or not.
Well, that's what's tough about watching or starting stuff that's coming out weekly, because you're waiting for that next episode, so then you start something else
and you forget about it, maybe.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, and Stranger Things. We watched the first episode. I got to go back to that. So
I finished that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Barca said this earlier. This show hasn't grown up with its audience. I feel like Stranger Things has been growing up with its audience. Like this last, I only watched the first episode and I was like, God damn! I'm like, this one's way. As I was telling the kids, it's way spookier than the other ones. It's like this motherfucker goes hard, dude. So I'm only 1 episode in myself too. But what have you guys thought so far?
In my opinion, this season was a lot more of a horror movie kind of. It was a lot scarier, a lot gorier. Is gorier? Is that a word?
Yeah,
sure.
It came out of your mouth, bro.
It's a word now. But I noticed that, and it kind of goes with what you're saying. It has grown up with its audience. And then of course the main characters, they're growing up too. You know, they're not little kids. So I've enjoyed that series. I'm not like a diehard fan or anything. There's still some stuff that kind of like, what's going on? But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's definitely, it's got a different feel, more of a scary movie kind of deal, and which was pretty cool.
That's why I don't like it. Barca, what have you thought so far of Stranger Things?
I think you're right in saying that it's grown up, but I also think that the Duffer Brothers have heard the criticisms that the comparison is that this is Goonies or like an Amblin picture. And so it's like, it's horror light. And so I think they're each season they've upped the danger, the villain, right? And so now we've got this insane thing that can be inside your mind. So essentially it's like Dungeons and Dragons Freddy Krueger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like The Exorcist, right? It's like
because the girl just collapses on herself and her eyes pop in.
It's creepy, bro. It goes for it.
And I'm excited because Freddy Krueger is actually in this show. Robert Englund.
Gotcha. Okay, I was like, but he's not Freddy Krueger, right?
No,
that would be badass.
But I feel like the actor in the monster suit is channeling Freddy Krueger, or even like the kind of like, hey, kind of voice, that gruff voice that he has.
Well, so what does that guy play? What's he in the show?
Robert Englund is the guy that has his eyelids sewn shut, or just they're closed.
Oh, it is. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I kind of see them. Well, I like how the show is dealing with the conception that people have about you. Like the cheerleader is obviously pregnant, but we don't address kind of that stuff. But we do address that she's the same as the new rock and roll guy, right? The 20-year-old high school student. I really
enjoyed that. Oh yeah, that guy was cool. They introduced this new character into the show, and I really enjoyed him, and he was a major part throughout the series.
Well, isn't it? Isn't it just half a series right now?
The guy was good too. Oh, that's right, because the latter episodes were so expensive or something. Then they had to wait or something.
It's that thing. It's like we're saving the good special effects to the end of the season.
Wow, yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's good. It was a good start to the new season, I guess.
I have to jump back in there. I think I was telling Stevens, well, the thing with me is like I clicked it on. We watched the first episode, and I was so fucking lost. And I was just like, "What the shit's going on?" And I don't know if it's just because Yeah, just because I think the last season I kind of muscled through it without really paying attention, if that makes any sense. So I'm really lost now.
But they do the thing where they kind of give you the ending
at the beginning.
Yeah. So you gotta keep...
but again, I didn't really pay attention the last time. I think is part of the problem. The first season I was in, second season I was in. I just feel like I've been getting less interested as the time's gone on because it's not made for 12 years anymore. But no, me personally, and there's nothing against the series. I just think maybe I've not paid attention enough the last few times the last time where now I was just kind of like, what's going on?
And you didn't watch the recap?
I a little bit of it.
Watch that.
But
no. Screen Crush. Yeah. They did a what's the first 3 seasons or whatever. They did the thing.
They're like, hey, stupid.
Like that, I think.
Watch it.
Get it back in there. Yeah. You forgot about this bitch.
You forgot about all this.
Yeah, that's what I did. You're right. I kind of need to do that. That happened to me with the Mayans too, but I'm into this new season like 110%. I'm loving it. But I think that was at COVID that took so long for the next season to happen that I was kind of like, what the hell? But this new season, I'm totally in. So like, I think that's what it is. But hey, look, we talked about some Stranger Things and we watched something that was strange for sure. And we'll be back after this break. All right. And that was the trailer for Brotherhood of the Wolf. Hey, Barker, hit him with the back of the box.
All right, man. I got very tiny letters here on my screen. What you don't see is that the computer is right underneath the camera, so it's super tiny.
Got you.
All right. Brotherhood of the Wolf. In a rural province of France, a mysterious creature is laying waste to the countryside, savagely killing scores of women and children. Unseen, possessed of enormous strength and a human intelligence, the beast has eluded capture for years. King Louis sends in a renowned scientist and his Iroquois blood brother, an unconventional team whose combined methods and capabilities may bring the beast down. But the true nature of the beast, this is like reading the tiny line at the end when you go to eye exam, whose combined methods and capabilities may bring the beast down. But the true nature of the beast is not what anyone could have anticipated. This movie was directed by Chris Gans, and the only person that I put in the cast stars Mark Dacascos as Manny of the Iroquois Tribe.
Well, Bellucci. It was 2 people in this movie. Thank you very much. I'm going to stick by my original statement. Hey, Enrique, I'm interested. What did you think of this movie?
I kind of dug this movie.
Hey!
Yeah.
Let me set the scene for you, Enrique. It is literally, what year is it, Barca? What year did this movie come out?
20 years ago. 2001?
Okay, 2001. Yeah. We're seniors because we took a 5th year to get our degrees. Or at least, both of us did, right, Barca?
Yes.
Yeah, we're 5th year seniors at Cal State.
Yeah,
college degrees.
We were like that guy in Stranger Things.
Since we talked about the high school kid in Stranger Things, thought we should clarify.
We were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
5th year. We took a 5th year to get our bachelor's because, philosophy. And we go to a movie theater, and I swear it had to be just the 2 of us, right, Market? Like,
I think so, yeah.
Oh, you guys watched this in the theater?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we did, bro.
Whoa, why?
We went into the dark web to find out about this movie, fool, because we make this podcast because Bark and I would be that fucking the 10 people that were in these theaters like, fuck yeah, they brought a Jet Li thing over. This. We would totally go watch that shit.
Bro, remember Only the Strong? Mark Dacascos is in this one.
Dude, you remember the guy from American Samurai? No, you don't. But still, he's in this fucking movie, bro. Because, I said it last week. Werewolves, fucking martial arts, guns,
Monica Bellucci,
and Monica Bellucci, bro.
So you had seen the trailer and you knew what you were getting.
We were in.
Oh hell yeah, bro! I was in, dude. Yeah, fuck, 110%. So like, I dug this movie, but this is the second time I've watched this movie. I haven't watched it since then. This is the second time I think I've watched this movie.
Does it hold up? Does it hold up for you?
I fucking liked it. I had fun.
Yeah.
I had fun. But again, Enrique, sorry. I just want to set that scene for you. So, Enrique, what'd you think?
The way they shot it was really good. I enjoyed a lot of the slow-mo. They do a lot of the slow motion stuff where they're like walking away and like the scenery. Is that direction or is that cinematography? I don't know who's responsible for this, but this movie does that very well, in my opinion. The fighting is Dacascos fucking our boy kicks ass in this, dude. He's really fucking awesome in this. If I wasn't a fatty, I would totally rock that for Halloween this year.
You know what?
In that opening scene.
If cons have taught me anything, you can do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, bruh.
Hey, body positive, Enrique. I want to see you in one of those fucking like things, just like with just your eyes out, bro.
They look so cool. Yeah, they look cool, man. And then like in that's so in the beginning, that fight scene, that first they're in the rain, the way it was shot was it was fun. I was like, bro, this is kind of cool. When the wolf first shows up, the CGI is kind of wonky, a little bit.
It's really
it was
wonky.
Weird. Yeah, but it seemed like at the end, it doesn't. I don't know if it was I don't know what they did different, but it didn't seem to be as bad towards the end.
I think they had a puppet.
Well, I think the end.
Yeah, it wasn't CGI, was it?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they have a puppet for close-ups, and then when it's walking around,
that's what it was. The close-ups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When it's just the eye, right? Like focused on that, it looked good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The movie, the only thing is a little long. You know, it's a little bit long of a movie, but they, they give you boobies every now and then to kind of keep you interested if you're into that kind of stuff.
Dead boobies.
Ew.
Hey, they had a really interesting shot of that girl. You mentioned that the dead boobies where she's dead, and then they pan over her, and then they transitions into mountains and hills, and it's like
no, that's not the dead girl. That's not the dead girl.
That was Bellucci, man. He's
Bellucci, bro.
He's drawn Bellucci.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's called a match cut.
I was like,
so we go from boobs to regular mountains.
Yeah. It was. I was like,
in my head, every time I'm driving to San Diego, I do that with those two things that look like titties. I'm all titties.
Bellucci.
Yeah.
But
see, that's exactly what I'm talking about too.
Nuclear power plant.
You don't do that every time you see the Washington Monument.
Yeah. Damn.
No. Surprisingly,
John Cena.
I do not do that.
John Cena. Washington Monument.
I haven't, but now I probably will.
Now I do it. I do it every time I see the Washington Monument. I think of John Cena.
It's white.
If somebody put white chonies over the Washington Monument, it'd be a wrap, bro. It'd be it. Okay, yeah. So a little long, but I gotta tell you, it checked another box for me. I'm like a halfway undercover conspiracy guy, so I love the whole like it was this like group of people, and they were like trying to like show the king that you have to believe in God before you believe in anything else. So I love that whole like extra story of why they were doing it. I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed it.
There was a few characters that were kind of it was for me, just speaking for myself, obviously, it was like, what are they doing? Why? What's going on? And they kept showing up. Like that one witch, I wasn't sure at the beginning, like what her deal was. She was kind of annoying me.
Bitch.
Yeah.
And if anything, this movie proves one thing, guys. Ladies are always the reason why you're going to get killed. Because again, Mark was beating everybody's ass, bro. Yeah. And he stopped. He had that one pause where he's like, I kind of liked it. Oh, and that was it, bro. Every time she got him in trouble. Throughout the whole fucking movie, she got him in trouble.
I wish they hadn't killed him off so early. I wish he would have made it to the end, but that's not the story. Because he was better than the main guy.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But that other guy was white, so you know how that goes.
Yes, well, but the thing is that it kind of feels like, ooh, no, like it felt like that was the end of the movie.
Opposite, right?
And I got really excited because I'm like, all right, this is it. He's gonna go bonkers, and then you're like, oh, what happened? And then you're like, okay, and then it goes again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, they're at church now? What?
Wait.
We're gonna see him get his head chopped off, but no.
But they both die, right?
No,
but remember, it's I don't like how I didn't like that part of the movie. That's one thing that I kind of had a problem with. I think they did a shitty job of.
The guy comes back as a ghost or something.
No. So when he goes to jail and Bellucci, Sylvia, visits him. They obviously like do some kind of poisoning where he's dead for 3 days or whatever, right? Like, whatever. So they bury him, they do the whole thing. And then she goes with the 2 guys to unbury him. But they just show them like shoveling, but they don't show like, now I had to do this, or I had to make him drink this, or I gave him the freaking plant from Black Panther, whatever. They don't show us any of that to see why he got revived. But that's what it is.
Okay.
It's that Romeo and Juliet stuff that whichever one of them takes, right? And then you'll be awake in 3 days.
Yeah.
So it was a partial death. It was just like a spike.
Yeah. Well, let's be real. Back then, they couldn't have. Maybe his heart. Hey, you know what it is? It's Batman Returns, The Dark Knight Returns. He couldn't hear his heart. They don't know if he was still just maybe out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's what it is.
Did you guys ever? Did any of you watch Game of Thrones?
At one season.
No, sir.
Yeah, this gave me a lot of Game of Thrones vibes too, and a lot of that.
In
stuff
what way though?
In the way that there's a mysterious creature doing shit, tearing shit up, killing people, and it's like a mystery what's going on there. There's a character that dies and comes back from the dead in the latter season. And then just the surroundings, there's a lot of witches. There's witches. Yeah, same shit. There's a lot of Game of Thrones stuff is
in this.
Not obviously based out of this, but it's kind of similar. So
yeah, I liked it. So okay, well we'll get there because I have a question of the ending, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot because I was watching this, and my son was like he was like, I was telling him, I was like, oh shit, I thought I knew the whole story. So you're right, I was with the Barca too, where I was like, I had to check the time because I'm like, it's over, right? And then I click, I'm like, oh shit, there's an hour left.
Yeah,
oh, I forgot about that whole other hour. Like I literally in my mind, my memory turned off after Mark died. After Manny was done, my memory completely shut off. I didn't remember any of that shit. Yeah, so
because that's when it got all political and stuff. That's like all the political story.
Now the church stuff came in and all that stuff. Yeah.
The liberal media, bro. Liberal media rooting stuff.
My thing is, I didn't mind the main character. It's Gregory, right? I call him Greg, but I don't mind Greg.
Grégoire
and I
de
like
Fronsac.
Grégoire.
Did you guys watch the dub version, by the way?
The what?
Yeah, I did. I was being lazy. I watched the dub version.
I read it.
Oh, I watched it in French.
You read it?
Yeah.
You watched it in French? the dubbed and the dubbed and again the captions, they don't match up.
No.
They were. I did both at one point because I watched it in 2 parts. Fucking so goddamn long. But like when I was watching it the second time, I left the captions up and I was like, oh, dude, they're saying like they call him knight in French a lot. They don't really call him a knight.
Yeah, le chevalier.
Yeah. Is he a knight?
I think so.
Is he a knight though?
Yes.
Oh, they never call him that in the dub version.
No, in French he's like the chevalier.
They don't call him knight. Okay. What do they call him in English, Enrique? They don't call him knight. I read knight, but they call him something else. He's a taxidermist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a naturalist and a taxidermist and a philosopher and an artist.
And a pimpologist, you know what I'm saying? I was just slagging.
But I feel like it's
slagging. And
he's a knight like Elton John's a knight. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because they clown him. They're like, wait.
Because he lays pipe.
No.
Because he be laying that pipe. I just finished it off for Enrique. But hold on. Okay. I'm going to skip to this part of the book. He's fucking Silvio, right?
Yeah.
Most definitely. And he's trying to get with Marianne.
Well, that's how you do, bro. That's how you did it back then. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mad at none of this. No. All right, I get it. I understand why.
He's in love. He's in love with Marianne, but can't have her, right? For some reason.
Because he's just bougie.
It's been like 3 days, Enrique. What the fuck?
Hey, when you fall in love,
for months. That was months.
When you fall in love, you fall in love, bro. You can't help love, man. You know it happens.
Okay. All right. I agree with this. He's in love with Marianne, but he can't have her because of mom's bitch. So go and get his like.
I felt like he couldn't have her because to me she's a teenager, and this is like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, that's true too. There was some of that, bro. Yeah. Okay, whatever. He's waiting for her to graduate high school, whatever reason. So then he's waiting for that birthday. But in the meantime, he goes and meets Sylvia, who.
Hello.
All right, and that doesn't translate in audio. I'm sorry, guys, but
I got your answer before you ask the question because you can't turn her hoe into a housewife.
Okay. Well, goddamn. Okay. So, but that's the thing. That's the thing. He doesn't want to.
No.
Because in his sleep, the only girl he ever talks about is Marianne. Which, okay, I'm still in this part of the story. I get this. Okay.
Ginger, right, Marianne.
Right? And Sylvia's like, really, bro?
Can we call Sylvia Ginger?
Whatever, right? And Marianne and Ginger? I love it. Yeah, so then we freaking, she finds out because of pictures. Look, even back in the days, pictures got you in trouble. Like, have we learned nothing since 1700s, guys? These pictures get you in trouble. So the pictures get him in trouble.
I have drawn thee, my wiener.
They get him in trouble. And Marianne's like, I don't want to do anything to do with you. I'm understanding all this story still. I'm like, okay, she's mad because, yeah, he's over here fucking another girl. I get that. But then the girl, Ginger, shows up, Sylvia, and she's like, he only talks about you. And then walks away. And she's so hot that even the female characters are like, oh, damn, he's talking about me when he's with you? Cool, I'm back in. What the fuck? What? That would never happen now. That would never.
Yeah, but this movie takes place not now.
It's 1764, man.
Hard to understand. Yeah, bro.
1774 is when we first show up to this movie. There's a girl walking.
64.
That is. No, it's because she's manipulating the story, so she has to get him. He's left. She has to get him back.
No, my note there is
so that's how she uses Marianne to get her to write him the letter so that he would come back. That's what
my
happened.
note just says exposition, Knights Templar, question mark.
I gotta tell you, I think it speaks to Sylvia's hotness in this movie. That's what I think. Like, damn, when he's with you, that's all she thought. That's all that Marianne got a little like, oh, okay. And then that was it, bro. It was it. But I see what you're saying. That actually makes a lot more sense, Stevens. I get what you're saying. All right. Speaking of ladies, 774, ladies running in the fields. She's getting chased by something. We don't know what the fuck she's getting chased by. She gets the shit smashed out of her on that rock.
Yeah.
She gets like thrown around like a dummy.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
That was shot. That was shot well too. That
it was really, really cool. They talk about the beast, and then we get. This is where we first see Mark. Enrique talked about this scene. We see Mark and we see our main character Manny and Greg, as I'm going to call him for this. Greg. They show up, and the witch that we deal with and her father. That spoiler alert, by the end of the movie, we find out are all involved in this shit. Are getting chased by dudes in whiteface. Did you guys notice that?
I felt the racism. I was like, so they're dressed.
Wait, they had dresses on too?
Yes,
they had
you know
dresses
what?
on because they were pretending to be ladies so that they could attract the beast.
This was exactly like in our movie with.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why
with Anderson Silva. You know how he was dressed as a lady? Same reason.
Somewhere completely different. I thought these were lady boys. I thought these were like dudes going out there slanging dick.
Those were the I forget who it was, but like the police chief's people because they were like, thank you for schooling my guys. You know, we were out there trying to lure the beast. That's why they were.
That's why they were so mad when they saw him again the next time with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes way more sense than what I was thinking was going on.
Which ultimately, because they're
they were in makeup.
They're painted up. They're like aristocrats or whatever,
ladies
right?
Wear makeup.
Got you. Yeah. Okay.
But now that I
didn't they go rogue? Go ahead, Abarca.
Now that you say it, it doesn't make sense because Sardi is the head of the cops. So why are they chasing the witch if they're all in it together and they control and Manicure controls everybody? So it's just a movie moment for us, not for the characters in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't even think that's another two. You're right, because they're all involved in this. Why? Yeah, that's true. But we get introduced to our two main characters. Holy shit. Enrique wasn't kidding. This fucking scene gives me vibes of In the Rain, Kung Fu martial arts. They did the thing where the drops are coming off the staff. It was Mark fucking kicks ass in this. This scene, any scene Mark's in and he's fighting people, he fucking nails it. It's shot amazing. It looks good. It looks strong. It's just fucking fun. I think this is, and again, we have not watched every Mark movie, but of the 3 movies we've watched, this is his best fighting by far. It's not even fucking close. It's just shot amazing. I mean, you put a capoeira beat in the back of it, it might make it complete. But like, other than that, dude, like, this is the best fucking fighting we had of that guy. It was amazing. And it's cool. I do really like his character. But like, this is his Doc Holliday. Like, it was perfect because he didn't have to talk much. He always kept a straight face. Like, it was really it was awesome. It was really, it's how he plays all the other characters, but it was actually meant for this character. I thought it was really, really good. What'd you guys think of him in this movie?
Anybody.
Enrique.
I was waiting for people to. I liked him in this movie. I thought it, but I also feel that I liked him because he wasn't really acting.
Wow! Whoa! Shots fired.
Steven
I know,
Mark
but
Dacascos.
no, I totally do not. But we've seen his acting before, and I thought, and I haven't seen a lot since. Right? We've seen only his early stuff, and then like this more recent thing.
Yeah.
So I haven't really seen his acting since, Only the Strong, I think, is the more recent. So in this movie, though, he's the silent dude. He's there. He has maybe 3 lines in the movie. He's just there for the martial arts kind of native component to the story, right? Like, so I don't know. Like, I did enjoy him a lot. I thought his character was really cool, but also it wasn't a lot of a character.
Wow.
I think you're on with something. Like, he was good. I thought he was good. He played his role well, and I agree that he wasn't asked to do a lot, but
except to carry this movie.
No, as far as no, but as far as the dialogue, right? He didn't have a lot of lines, but
because he has to speak French.
Yeah, but
he learned French for this.
But his character was like, he was like the enforcer, right? He was like the dude that came in and just fucking kicked ass. And he did have moments in the movie where the shot was focused on him, and he still had to perform the scene, and he did well. I think he was really good throughout the whole movie.
It was a great vehicle for him.
I liked the his fighting the beast. Like, I loved that. I thought that was the best part of the movie.
Oh, when he chases him and stuff like that? Yeah. That is really, really cool.
Like, all the traps they set up and, trying to catch him. And, I thought
that gave me mad Predator vibes. That's Predator on that right there. I was like, that's cool. So what'd you think of Barca? What'd you think of this man in the movie?
You know what? I am a fan of Mark Dacascos because he was Eric Draven, the Crow on the television show. So he's got a spot in my heart for that. I love me some food. So as the Iron Chef, love him as well. No, he plays a very stoic character. I feel like this is what Johnny Depp should have been in Lone Ranger. Just a stoic Native American, who he's not like pigeonholed into him being like, oh, I'm the sage. It's like, no, he is, but these are his reasons why. And the way that he's defended by Fronsac.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, this is a savage. I'm like, nah, man, he just has a different way of thinking. Like, he's got his own beliefs.
Yeah. He's my brother. Like, I love that when he's like, that's your valet or whatever they tell him. He's like, nah, dude, he's my brother. And then when you find out how they kind of like met each other, you're like, damn. Like, he let him kill his office, like his commanding officer, because of the dirty blankets. Like, wow, that's pretty badass, So yeah, I again thought he kicked ass in this movie, honestly. And I was bummed out when he was gone and the movie kept going. I'll be honest with you, I was like, oh yeah, like that reminded me.
It went on.
Man.
Yeah, it went on too long without him. It was kind of the sucky part, but
Barca nails it. Like, if it would have just been a revenge scene from there on for like 20 minutes, him just murdering everybody and quickly finding out that they're evil, it would have been perfect. Yeah, we didn't need to go back to France and blah, blah, blah.
No, it becomes a patriot.
I didn't need all the church politics. Yeah.
It becomes a patriot. You know what? I dig that movie, though, but you're right. Patriot's badass. I kind of like that. All right, so we find out our boy Gregory is a taxidermist, royal guard, naturalist, pimpologist. He does it all. He starts going and getting more information about this beast. He's trying to figure out. He finds out they have a book. He's interviewing people at the hospital. He's trying to draw what the beast looks like. A very good artist, I might add, that we see his art throughout the whole movie. we see that this is a thing. They actually go and see, this is where we see that dead body where the female's like whole side is like ripped off, right? Like, it's a huge bite. We find out that it's a huge bite. We meet the cops. This makes more sense about the police department not liking him. Now I get it, because he beat the shit out of 3 of them or whatever it is. So we also meet Jean throughout this part of the movie. Jean is the brother of Marianne, right? But like, yes. he a freak. He into some weird shit, right? Okay. We are led to believe he only has one arm, and he lost it while hunting animals in Africa. Yes. Right? He met a beast in Africa. Question, what do you think the beast is? I was thinking lion.
It's a lion.
He said lion.
Thinking? Does he say lion at one point? Okay.
He said they put like an armor something about lion.
Some shit, right?
He was battle cat.
Battle cat, that would be fucking dope. And then we get this we meet Jean. We get this. We quickly hate the rich people in this movie.
Oh, I hate
because all they're doing is complaining about poor people. You're like, oh, and again, I had forgotten, and I'm like, oh, those dirty. That made me remember. I'm like, these motherfuckers. These are the ones right here, because they're just assholes. They're assholes throughout this whole movie.
And racist, right? They're like talking about.
Oh, we're not there yet. Yeah, they're fucking super racist. So then they have a dinner where Jean is like kind of like, trying to spit game at Marianne, but the mom's cock blocking him. He shows off his furry fish. Jean basically calls him out, and then he's like, "You're right." And what was okay? You guys remember the scene? He talks about this weird fish that he shows it, and the lady's like, "Ooh, it's a furry fish." And then like Jean's like, "That's
the
bullshit.
Water must have been cold."
Yeah, it's so cold.
then Jean's like, "That's bullshit," and then he's like, "You're right, it is bullshit. But I just did that to show." What the fuck? What was he trying to tell the people? I didn't understand that.
Well, I guess he was trying to say, that things aren't what you see isn't what necessarily things are, right? So just because you say this is a beast that's a giant wolf, it may not be a wolf. And then they're like, "Oh my goodness, how can it not be a wolf? Everybody said it was a wolf."
and then we get our homeboy that drops his freestyle poem, and that shit's hilarious.
I just wrote this today.
It came to me as a vision. Then I was like, oh my god.
In French, though, it was cool because his how do you say wolf? You say lupin? Is that how you say it? But he would be loop. So he was like whoop at the end. It was very cool.
Well, that fool gets no pussy. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. He's the guy that takes his guitar everywhere in college. I fucking hated that guy.
Can I tell you real quick? Can I tell you real quick when you're meeting all the people and you meet Marianne's brother, and I was like, oh, it's that guy. I've seen that guy a lot. Yes. And then I was like, he's always the bad guy. And then I was like, well, shit, because I knew he was the bad guy.
I ruined it for you.
Where did you remember him from?
Fucking everything.
He's in a lot. He was in Ocean's 12.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
12 or 11?
12.
Yeah, he's in 12. He jumps off the building. I remember that. I hated him
and
so
he
much
does.
in that movie.
He does like all the laser moving stuff.
Yeah.
He's
I know him.
Yeah, he's really good. But he's
from a movie with Monica Bellucci called Irreversible, and that is a horrible movie because it's a movie where Monica Bellucci gets raped, and then the movie at the same time it goes forwards and backwards. It's horrible not because of the acting. It's the subject matter that is really, really disturbing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's been in a ton of shit though, right?
He's like the bad guy in Black Swan. Like, so that's why, like, when I recognized him, I was like, oh, he's... yeah, the ballet movie. So I was like, he's always the bad, like, he's always this bad guy. That's what, and that's when I was like...
No. I thought Enrique was a bad guy in that fucking movie. God damn. There's a bad guy in that movie?
Yeah, like, he's the guy that, like, pushes her to train and whatnot. Like, he keeps pushing her.
Oh, self-esteem is from yourself. Anyways, all right. So here we go. I'm just saying.
You want to please your coach. Do most players want to please their coach?
No. That's what she's like, yeah, of course. But if my coach was like, hey, bro, let me touch your butt, I'd be like, nah, dog. Like, no, at some point in time, fuck you. Nah, dog. Obviously, I'm not going pro, bitch. It's not worth my ass getting diddled.
Oh,
like,
well,
no,
see,
it's like...
That's the difference, then.
You say that.
You wouldn't tolerate it. You wouldn't do it.
You say that, but then Jim Jordan.
Yeah, this guy is the bad guy and everything. So he's. This first thing in my notes, I'm like, Sean's bad. Like you just fucking know off the top.
That's why I was kind of like, oh, I know he's bad.
He's almost too good at his job, is what it is. So then we get to a hunt. The rich people have put on a hunt. Everybody and their mom's there. We notice that our witch. What is a witch's name? I don't even fucking know. Anyways, whatever. The witch has epilepsy, or she has an epileptic attack, which, how terrifying would that have been back in the day? You know, like people would have been like, burn her, or whatever, like right away, right? It's like, nah, man, she's just having a fucking epileptic attack. So, and again, our boy comes through. Gregory is killing it. He knows how to do everything. Motherfucker is a man that can do anything in this movie. He's a badass. But they have a hunt. But before the hunt, the witch is oddly into some freaky shit, and our boy Manny though has a liking to her, and like she shows up with the two boyfriends, and like they fucking give each other the eye, and then we have a battle between, I call them the Wolverine crew because they all had fucking claws, and basically Manny. Great fucking fight scene again. I mean, Mark kills it again. He beats up the female twins, which I thought were like the Gemini twins kind of. And then he beats up all the other guys. It was badass. But then our boy Jean like just shoots somebody in the fucking back. And it was kind of like, we're done. But it was a great fight scene. If you watch nothing else, these fight scenes, honestly, with Manny are badass. And the whole thing with the beast at the end too with him is really, really good. But yeah, awesome fight scene. He does a lot of cool, it just looks good. It's just shot very, very well. So they go through this hunt, and we see our main characters and Marianne, which is also main character, kind of find this temple where a lot of murders, a lot of killing have happened or whatever, and they're kind of having a time with the wolf. And
he's gone.
Wolf and all that.
Oh no!
Yeah. So,
yes,
you're back. So he goes. They ride off into the ruins. Yeah. So they ride off into the ruins, and then Manny and the Knight follow, and then Manny says like that he can hear the dead. Right, he hears the screams of the people that live there, and then the girl's like, "What?" And he's
How was that explained in French, though? How was that explained in French, where he's you don't have to be able to listen to the dead? He pulls back, and there's just a red cross. What does that mean?
Oh, he was saying all you have to do is be observant. Like, so Manny heard the cries, and then he saw that the Tempest were there. Oh, I say.
Oh, is that what? Okay, that's what. When he pulls back and he shows a sign, that's what it is.
Yeah,
okay.
He's like, I saw that they were here. Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that New France was America too. I fucking forgot about that, dude.
He's like showing he's Sherlock Holmes. That's what it is. He's like, look, I pass all this shit off but I'm just observant. You just have to have your eyes open.
We also have our first run-in with the White Wolf that Manny seems to have a connection with, and he actually seems to be a major character in the thing where he's always kind of helping out. He's always there. But that was really, really cool. But they kill all the wolves. Like, good goddamn, that last picture where they're all piled up, you're like, yo, dude, that's sad. And when they make them flip, when they shoot them, I'm like, ooh, there was no, I don't think there was no, I didn't watch the credits, but there was no wolves or, dude, they look like they're running and they just like, and I'm just like, kind of like the horses in that, I can't remember which movie it was. House of Flying Daggers, I think, where we were like, some horses died. I think some wolves died in this movie. Like, they fucking, it's rough. But they kill them all. then we get that scene that Enrique was talking about, where it's basically 5 minutes of racism towards Manny. With our boy Gregory trying to like be like, nah, dude, like he just sees, like you said, he sees things a little differently, and he talks about spirit animals and the whole night. But like, yeah, these people are fucking assholes. Like, you know who the bad guys are because they just continue to be dicks throughout the movie, man.
Yeah.
And Jean's like the worst, right? Jean is fucking like just drunk, and he's like blah blah blah, and he's talking his shit or whatever, you know.
Well, because he's in love with his sister, creeper. Like, bro,
okay,
bro.
does this not seem to happen in all these movies?
This is another thing from Game of Thrones.
Oh, that happens. You see, back in the days was weird, huh? Oh. So then we get the whole house, where is really where this movie starts for me. So they in the whole house, right? A very classy whole house, I might add, for this time. Like, it was very nice. Then, you know, and they're all walking around. They're there with our boy Thomas. Thomas takes them there, and, you know, they're all there. And that's where our man meets Sylvia. Now, Sylvia's character comes off as a mysterious character, but she's working for is she working for the king?
No, she works for the church.
Says that she's working.
They're the Templar Knight or
Pope.
Because we see their symbol and then cut to the next scene, and or the Knights Templar. And go ahead.
So my question is, let's say she's a Knights Templar working for the Pope. She's trying to take out this faction of people that are using their church in a bad way.
Yes.
Is that kind of okay? All right. So we don't know that though. At this point, we don't get any of this. We just get her to be a sexy lady.
Yeah,
reads cards.
Lady.
She, just like Mark nails that other part, she fucking nails the shit out of this part. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. She fucking nails it, bro. Kills the game. And then
are we putting Monica Bellucci on your hot list? Is that what's happening?
For me, yes. I'm gonna say yes.
I'm adding her right now. I'm adding her right now.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much, Enrique. All right, Barker, do you have a problem with that?
I'll allow it.
All right, thank you very much. So then they're doing their thing, and she's into some freaky shit because she wants like blood and stuff, and like remember me by this and stuff and all that. And then we get some people yelling, and like nobody want to have sex with the boy Manny because his tattoos were moving, is what the lady said.
Well, the snakes on his chest.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. Yeah. But then he shows them his real snake, and they like down. All of a sudden,
I'll go.
Like, I'm in. The one lady's like, I'm in. Oh my God. So then we find out that some kids are missing. We find out that it's still happening. You know, the whole nine. It's going good. And then we also find out that like our boy has to wait 10 days to hook up with Marianne, right? Like she's like, my mom's gonna be gone in 10 days. And he's like, yo, man, I'm ready right now. Like, what's going on?
I'll be 18. I'll be 18 in 10 days.
10 days, I'll be 18. Good damn. Okay.
I hope it's 18.
Go ahead.
I just hope it's 18, man.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
So then they find these kids, and the wolf a real wolf actually helps them find the kids. Manny finds them, right? And then they like, it's just one of those things where I think it's really cool how they're lost. Manny finds them, but the people still hate on Manny when he's trying to cure her. They think he's trying to poison her or whatever, when he's just trying to like actually help this little girl, whatever, but just speaks to the racism or whatever of it, the whole thing. So then what did you guys think about the bounty hunter that the king sends? That was a cool little like I thought that was the whole thing. Like, so he sends a bounty hunter. The bounty hunter kills him in one day, even though they've been trying for months. And then Abarca, what does he make our main man Gregory do to this wolf that he found, or the beast that he found?
Oh, well, first of all, he's like, this isn't the thing. He's like, hey, it's not about being the beast. It's about making the people think that this was the beast. And so he has to then cut him apart, stuff him, and then paint him so it looks like a much more imposing beast. It kind of looks like the werewolf from an American Werewolf in London.
Werewolf in London. Yeah. And I love that little throwaway scene where like Manny's looking at him, kind of like, you're gonna fucking do this, and he just walks off. And it was real cool. I was like, oh, you see, Manny's every time he sees these dead animals, it's fucking like getting to him, or whatever, because they know that that's not the beast. Because again, he goes to the simple thing all the time. That there's no way that mouse could be the one. Like this fucking cut, the way he's biting into these people, that's just not it. So, yeah, this is where we start seeing a lot of the brother being weird with the sister. It starts to happen, and this is where we find out that the Brotherhood are a bunch of cock blockers, because our man's back in the whole house, because he's probably spending every night there, and this mistake we don't see. It's one of those POV shots. The guy goes in and he basically finds the naked pictures and he drops them off at Marianne. Marianne has like a fucking, you drew me? You just be drawing, you out here drawing everybody? Is that what you're doing? And like, which is all true, but she still goes back with him. I'm just saying, all that is true because he was drawing her and drawing every other person out there. But all right, whatever. And this is really where we get to see the brother kind of like act like a weirdo. And you're like, that's when I remembered that. I was like, oh, this is going to get gross. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And so they take the beast that he created back to France. They show it off as we got him. I had a question about this. Then like the guy, he's like, why are you doing this? And the guy's like, I'm the reason why they're doing this. And I'm like, oh, he's a press secretary, right? He's like the one that's saying like, we got to make it seem like he's dead so we can just shut this shit up.
Yeah.
But he hands him a book and he tells him, like, hey, this book is like, is that book kind of telling him like, keep going? Because I felt like he uses that book to figure out what's going on later. Did the press secretary kind of say like, look, dude, we're shutting this down, but I really want you to figure this out. Here's this book. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes.
No, I
go ahead, Parker.
Yes and no. Like I think it's like, this is the reason why we're shutting it down. Remember this later, exposition. Wink. But it's not. Yeah, okay. He doesn't overtly say. I think that the aristocracy is more concerned about keeping lives, and this is when it dawned on me like this movie is more relevant now than it was 20 years ago. It's like, oh, hey, let's get the uneducated, let's get the poor, and let's get them on our side. How are we going to do that? Just lie to them. And you're like, really interesting.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I was like,
to do what? To take down the government.
Yeah, it holds up, Enrique. This movie really does hold up. like thinking about it, I was like, ooh, that one kind of hit a little close there. So yeah, it was cool. Okay, so we find out that he goes back. He's not going to go back. Sorry, he's going to go to Africa because they said, look, dude, we're going to send you to Africa. But Our Lady, the thing we talked about earlier, goes to church and says, look, dude, I know he was with me, but the only woman he loves is you. And tells this to Marianne. And Marianne's like, hell yeah. And she writes a letter to him, probably sends, I don't know, dick pics. I don't know what they did back in the day. That version of that, sends something in the letter. The letter gets to him and he's like, we're going for the hunt. He just draws it and that's what he does.
With an H? Going
back. So they go back. They go back. They make it happen. So then this is where we first, and we find out this mission's off the books. This is when I forgot about this. At the very, very beginning, our boy Thomas this is the French Revolution at this point, I'm assuming, right? Or something. And he's going to get murdered, right? But he's like, I got to tell this story this is the last thing I get to do ever. I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to write it down so people know what really happened.
And then they burn down his house.
Yeah. So then our man comes back and tells us at this point, hey, this is all off the books. This is straight undercover shit, but we went out there and we finished this off. This is where we first saw the beast. What did you think? Enrique? Like you kind of made a comment about it. When he first shows and he's moving fast, how does he look? What would you say he looks like?
I mean, he looks out of place, right? He doesn't kind of flow with the scene. It's just super. It looks just super fake. It kind of throws the whole scene off. It did for me.
Is this low quality 2002 CGI or is this just CGI 2002? And I'm asking that honestly. Like, was this like normal at this time?
I think it's low budget CGI.
Okay.
Right? If this were a dinosaur and an ILM is doing it, if Stan Winston was working on it, it might have looked much more much more realistic.
Okay, all right, but this movie is what it is. It spent money in other places.
Yeah, but it does feel
that's what it did.
Yeah. It does feel a lot like Syl from Species, right? An American Werewolf in Paris, like that kind of cheesiness. Like it's
okay. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
No, I was gonna say like it's CG of that time, but because they didn't know how to do stuff, and I can just assume they're like, all right, we need a French studio, let's do it. You guys, okay, cool, you're hired.
Yeah, I didn't mind the beast when it was a puppet. I thought that was fucking cool. I really didn't like it when it was CGI. That doesn't hold up. That's like the one part of the movie where I was like, ugh, but it's not a lot of it, so I'm okay with that. I love that they don't show.
It was just in the beginning, right?
We see him. We see him twice. The CG puppet we see twice. When he go the girl in the water pit. Let's get the little sheep or the lamb that way, and then we show underneath when he goes to text the girl. So in the next scene, Marianne is reunited with Fronsac, and the guy's like, "Let me go get some wine." House. Yes, I'm gonna go get wine. Cool.
yeah, basically. And again, he's about to kill Marianne, but he stops for some reason. Then we hear that whistle, and then I wonder why, right? And then we kind of go through it. So then we also get to see like this, like what do they call it, like a hunting ground, where basically we find out the Beast is part of this crew or whatever, and the Wolverines, as I call them, is part of this crew, and they make the Beast fight dogs, which seems like such an unfair fucking fight. And I didn't like that either. I was like, I don't like dog fighting. Which, okay, look, I'm not a big fan of dog fighting, but then I think about myself and I'm like, I fucking cockfighting all day, bro. Like, and I don't get when people think it's horrible because I grew up fucking doing that. And I'm just like, oh, it's the same thing for people sometimes.
Same thing. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but
I guess I don't know.
But dogs are awesome. Like even those dogs, they're all
dude.
They're all nice to the old man. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't teach a chicken to sit. I can't. A rooster's not gonna come to me and be like, "Hey, bro, I know something's wrong," and put his head on my lap. Like,
those gallos are mean though. Like they're like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey."
Yeah, they're fucking assholes.
So I would fight a gallo. I would not fight a dog, man.
Now, the guy could also be mean because he knows that I'm going to send him out for fucking death later. Like, I don't know. But like, guys, look, I'm not trying to, this is a total cultural thing for me, guys. Like my cousins in Mexico, if I go visit them right now, I guarantee you on a Sunday, we spending hours at that bitch. Like it's a thing. It's a thing. And they don't put knives. They don't go crazy because I've heard of fucking madness that they do with it. It's a fair fight. But it is. I mean, I don't know. But when I see dogs, I'm always like, I don't know. But I guess to some people, it is completely the same thing. I'm sorry, guys. Don't cancel me. It's cultural. It really is for me. It's Enrique. It sounds like you've been around some cockfights.
I haven't, but
he has
in LA. No, but in LA, my uncles would always be talking like they'd go to the super secret backyard that they go meet up at, kind of one of those deals. So,
you ever been to super secret human races?
I've done that. We'll have to, Stevens, write that down. We'll have to talk about that next time. I was involved in human racing.
Human racing?
I didn't stutter, fool. It's a thing. All right, look, when you grew up in Craig County, dog, things are weird. Yes.
So at first, I thought you said human racist.
No. Human
racing.
You cannot tell by me now, but I got a decent amount of speed on me, bro, and it was used to make money at some point.
And he ran like this.
That's all I will say.
He ran like Wonder Woman.
Let's please make
I guarantee you, bro, I'd be fucking Wonder Woman in a race. I'll say that shit right now. You line up Steven Seagal, Wonder Woman, and me, I'm smoking their asses, bro. I'm telling you right now. For money, you line up Steven Seagal, Wonder Woman, a dude that just came from Mexico in church shoes and jeans, and me, and I'm winning that race.
I want Jack Sparrow in it too, for whatever reason.
I look better in the race too. So then we go. We got him dogfighting. Thomas eats some peyote. He's tripping balls. They're talking about the trees are talking because they're on. It's a 3-man hunt. It's just 3 people now at this point. It's our 2 main characters and Thomas joins, which is a main character too because he's basically the narrator of the story. So then it goes through it, and this is a scene, Stevens, that you really cared for. They actually, and it gave me straight Predator vibes. But who is and I have a question after you talk about this scene. What did you like of the scene? What did you like of it's basically Mark kicking ass, but what did you think?
I liked I just liked the chase and how he, like the native part of it, right? Like how he has set these traps and he's able to speak to the wind or whatever kind of stuff, right? And know what's going to happen and then be able to lure and then trap and fight. And I don't know, it was just all very cool. And when they get them to, it's always those thinking of, like the sequences where things are planned out and you're like, how's all that? They know what's going to happen, but it's kind of like that kind of thing. Like, oh, we know he'll go this way, so hit the thing there. But they were working together, right? I guess I liked that. Like, the Knight and Manny were kind of working together in order to lay these traps to catch it. The only reason they couldn't is because those bones were able to break the 2x4 or whatever, right? Like that kind of.
I love that Manny went axe and knife.
Yeah,
I love that. Cool. Like, to speak of the character, I thought that was really, really dope.
Yeah.
Plus, it stinks. I like how you said that. He goes, it's smelly, too loud when he talks about the thing. Now, in this scene, our man's looking all kinds of slick with the war paint on. Did he go back into your top 5 at all? That's all I need to know. Because that's, to me, of all the movies we watched,
he looked cool.
That was the coolest looking Mark, dude. That, to me, was the coolest looking motherfucker. Like that when he's like, he has his back to you and he kind of turns and he just has that. I'm like, that shit looks cool. Yeah. Top 5, yay or nay?
It's cool, but not top 5.
Son of a bitch. That's why he's not on our podcast. That's why he's not on our podcast.
Not better than
my bad.
Well, not better than him in Only the Strong?
Oh, better than him in Only the Strong.
Oh, better than Only the Strong.
Well, don't you have him in your list?
He's number 6.
He's number 6.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Old Jackie Chan beat him out. So then they almost get him.
I didn't see the snake. That's
what she needed. She needed that. So every time she looks at the Washington Monument, that's what she sees every time. So then this is where, again, we get to this point where, like, Manny basically gets killed. And again, another great fight scene, but he has a pause with the witch and it just kills him. It fucking sucks because Manny was our man. I really thought the movie was over at this time. I thought it was gonna be like 10 minutes of revenge. But then, and I'll go quickly through this. One cool thing is he does bury him allegedly, and I don't know this because I'm not Native American, but allegedly in the right way to make sure he meets his ancestors. So that's really cool. Like, our boy Greg and Manny were a team. They were it was Batman and Robin. It was probably better than that, maybe like the Wonder Twins, because it seemed like they were very equal. And he made sure that he did right by him. He
respected that culture, right?
Exactly, 110%. I skimmed over it, but they have a great scene where, like, Thomas is like, dude, why are you so close to this dude? And he fucking tells a story of, like, being in the United States and his commanding officer basically giving him, which we learned, Bark and I learned this in a fucking history class we took. Oh, this shit's horrible, but like giving the dirty blankets and it caused all of them to die. And basically Manny was like, he takes revenge on this person. And Gregory was like, yeah, I get it. I see why you did that, bro. We're homies. Like, I can respect that, whatever. Yep. So it was really cool. Throughout the whole movie, they do a really good job of, they're friends. That's what they are. It's nothing else. So it's really, really cool. So, okay, he's dead now. Boo. But there's more story. Our boy, I didn't mind him, though, when it was him fighting either. I thought he did a good job.
He wasn't as good, though. No, not at all. But he wasn't bad either. He was able to hold up. We missed Manny, but he wasn't bad, if that makes any sense. Is this where we get this? We get a lot of story at this point, but it kind of is. We find out everybody in that town's fucking dirty. That's rich. They're all involved in this bullshit. We find out Jean has a second arm, and it's gross. And he hides it because of how gross it looked? No, because it gives him away. Well, no one else.
That's not explained. Yeah. No one gives a shit that he has a fucked up arm.
They're all rich and they're all dirty. Yeah, they're all rich and dirty. They all know they're doing this. So why did he hide it? Or did he hide it just when Gregory showed up?
No, because it was pasty. Like it's not out all the time.
Like it's not out, huh?
Yeah.
I thought it almost like regrew or whatever, and no one knew, but maybe it just got healthy again. Like maybe it was all way more damaged. They kept
not with those nails,
up, right, and hidden.
Oh yeah, they got to work.
I know,
bro. Get a manicure.
Like, that was gross.
But he has to trim them at some point because they weren't like those lady long nails, right? Like really it was only a little bit, but
he gives it to the lion to chew.
We get to the part where ew, that part of the lion was so evil. Then we find out that Jean. Okay, we don't find out, but Jean ends up raping his sister. Fucking, I don't get it. It's gross.
This scene was way too long. It was like way too long. Like it's like, oh, I like you, blah blah blah, and then he could do what he does.
Chasing her around.
Yeah, like it's a 5-minute scene
with his dad. The scene with his dad where he's like, but I lust for her. It's like, ew. And then is the mom like, so you guys remember the scene where the dad's talking to him and he's like basically admitting that he has, does the mom give him the like, it's good? Like, it's cool?
No, I thought it was like,
because the mom comes in and she's like
yeah. No, I thought it was like you can kill her. Like kill them. I don't think he looked too, she looked to the dad and it's like, cut her mic off.
So his idea of this shit was gross. So then more reason for Gregory to fucking go crazy. He ends up fucking going hard. This is a final fight scene, which I again thought it was cool. I like Gregory scalping motherfuckers and kind of like to put fear in them. I like how he shows up like in the top and he's like, aha, it's me. I'm not it. Oh, because we talked about this earlier. They poison him, but they do a thing where it doesn't really kill him. And this is all Sylvia, Bellucci, and then Bellucci and goes and basically buries him and fucking like, and we find out the plot kind of who these people are. We find out that she works for the Pope. That's where she kind of gives all her information out.
Exposition.
And then they're doing a ritual. Exposition. They're doing a ritual. They're there. They're talking their shit. And then he's like, aha, you thought I was dead. And he just starts fucking beating the shit out of people. Oh, and he does a great hero fall.
He kills a lot.
He does a thing and he lands perfectly and then he kills fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And I like the Gregory versus Jean fight with the bone sword.
Yep.
That kind of like it became longer. I was fucking cool. What'd you think of that, Barca?
I enjoyed the scene. I guess my beef with all of the fight scenes is that they don't tell the cinematographer or the director, hey, you know what? Let them go because it's cut. It's like quick cut.
Yeah.
And I get that maybe they're not the best of fighters, right? But if you're in a wide and you're showing me stuntman anyway, like let them go at it.
You're right. It does not do the dance very well. They do it more with Manny for sure. I think they do it with Gregory and Jean to hide him. It's a 112 dancing. They always cut so quick with him dancing because they couldn't dance. So it's like you have to hide them. You just make quick cuts real quick all the time. You're right. They do that a lot at the end. That's true.
But let them train. Like we talked about Star Wars. I mean, those guys came back and they're training back and forth, trying to get into this back into shape. And it's just a dance, right? So I think that if you taught them the dance and you let the scene kind of breathe, that you could make it could be the most badass scenes that we've seen in a while. Especially when he's twirling the sword and he straightens it up and then it comes back.
Yeah. It's fucking cool. Yeah, that bone sword was really, really fucking cool. So then he kills himself but says, Marianne, look. What is that about? He's defeated. Our boy Greg kind of cuts his throat, right? So he's done. We know that. But he has his Greg's knife in his sword, and he said, doesn't he say Marianne? And then he just like, Marianne, look, and then is Marianne even there?
I don't think so. I just think it's like, look what you did to me, love of my life. Why?
Ew, gross.
Remember that very long scene?
Yeah. That was too long.
So
he kills
because Greg even says she's not here, right? Isn't that like his
yes.
she's not here? Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, gross. So then I love that our priest, the main bad guy's like running and you think he's going to get away. And then you see the white wolf and he's like, hey, bitch, you killed a lot of my homies, dog, for your dumb shit. And the wolf fucking murders that son of a bitch. We don't get to see it. Which, again, that's just probably, it would have been cool to see him get thrown around a little bit or something. Or have a group of wolves just fucking on his ass or something. That would have been cool. So then we find out that Marianne's dying, right? Because they give her the same thing. I think Sylvia hooks him up with the same potion that he took. Because then she lives with him on the boat. They're on the boat going to Africa.
No,
right?
I think it's kind of like the episode 3. So I get a lot of Star Wars. Star Wars episode 3, where she's like, she can't live anymore because her man's dead, right? She thinks her man's dead, and she
got raped.
She got brutally raped, and so it's like, fuck you, I'm gonna die. And so then he sprinkles.
So Abarca, you think she's dead?
I think she's gonna die, and then he sprinkles a little bit of crack on her.
Gotcha. Okay. I see what you're saying. So you don't think she drank the potion? You think she truly was dying, and he came in with the shit that Manny used to use or whatever, and then it brings her back. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, Enrique, you think she's alive too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So they are on the boat. They do have a happy ending to this story.
Yeah, I think
well,
that
not for Thomas,
but I think that we are shown the truth. Thomas just has to imagine that they're on a boat together.
Gotcha. On a boat, motherfucker. Roll scenes, credits, boom. We had a French banger. Our first French movie we ever reviewed, I think, and I thought it was fucking badass. So, okay, number 1, can we even vote for this on the top 10? Does it have enough martial arts?
I mean, it has some of the...
I think so.
That's cool. Okay.
It's got more than Black Dynamite.
It does have more than Black Dynamite. So, Stevens, can you give us our top 10? Oh, well, first off, Abarca, would you tell people to watch this movie?
For sure. If you don't want to read, there is a dubbed version.
Okay. Enrique?
Yeah. Watch it. It's cool.
All right. Hell yeah from me. I already told you before why. All right. And Bellucci. All right. So, Stevens, what is our top 10 list for this, for right now?
Yeah. At number 1, you have Fearless. Number 2 is Enter the Dragon. Number 3 is The 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Number 4 is Legend of the Drunken Master or Drunken Master 2. Number 5 is Way of the Dragon. Number 6 is Crippled Avengers. Number 7 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Number 8 is Fist of Fury. Number 9 is Iron Monkey. And at number 10, you have Kung Fu Hustle.
God damn it. That 10 is too good. Enrique, would you put this in the top 10?
No, I can't.
I
enjoyed it. It was surprisingly good, but no.
Hey, you were expecting shit?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. It looked okay. I mean, I went in with kind of not super low expectations. I figured it would be okay, but I was impressed.
Okay. Abarca.
Could I make this my number 10?
Or higher, I mean, depending on you.
No, if I voted for it, it's my number 10. But does it have enough staying presence for me to want to rewatch this movie over Kung Fu Hustle? I can watch maybe once a year, whereas this I've seen maybe 2 or 3 times. So I would not vote for it
in 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Kung Fu Hustle's so fucking good at 10, guys. Like, it's gonna be so hard for something to jump in there just because it's so good.
Well, I mean, this is not better than The Raid, bro. Like, you can't put this over The Raid. The Raid's not even in the top 10.
There's a lot of us. I told you guys, I fucking Clan of the White Lotus. There's no fucking way. Like, we all have our movies in the non-top 10. Fucking Last Dragon. Guys, come on. So then, like, we have our movies that are not top 10 that I would like instead of this. You're right. It's just good. I'm just wondering when we go into our top 10 again. That means, and actually, Stevens, it was pretty cool. Stevens shared a YouTube video. Yeah, I know, right? We have to look for something. But Stevens sent a YouTube video to us of like the top whatever martial arts movies. Dude, we're fucking pretty good, bro. Like, I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but we're fucking kind of badass at this, guys, because we have very similar movies in our top 10. Yeah. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, that, again, I don't even know who was that, Stevens? The video. I
don't remember. I just found it. I found it going through, and I was like, oh, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my gosh, if this is true, we've seen 9 out of 10 of the top 10 movies.
Yeah, dude.
Because I think there was only one that wasn't on there
that we haven't seen, but it seemed like over half of them are on our list.
Wasn't it like the Flying Guillotine or something like that? It was one of those, I think it's one of those like the old ones, which I do. I think those will be all cool to check out. So, not top 10. Great movie though, guys. Check it out. Yeah. It's fun. It's French. Bellucci. It's awesome. All right, go check it out. That being said, we just finished. I could never say this correctly, John. What did we just finish? What month did we just finish?
May Dacascos.
There you go.
Month, or it was Mark Dacascos May.
Oh, okay. Well, either works. But now we're going into a little late, but just adulting. Remember, guys, June Claude Van Damme. It is time. Once a year, guys, June Claude Van Damme is happening because I was going through all his movies. I'm like, we can do this for 10 years. There's so many fucking movies out there, but we're hitting you with 4 fucking just Van Dammes. We're getting you with some Van Dammes. All right. We're starting off with Lionheart next week. Then we're going into, what was the second one? I'm drawing a blank now.
Street Fighter.
I remember. No. That's our last one. Street Fighter. We're ending the month with Street Fighter.
Then I do not have the right order. Death Warrant.
Death Warrant and
Double Impact.
That's the one I always forget. Fucking Double Impact, where he plays 2 people. We're going Lionheart, Double Impact, Death Warrant with Mr. Sandman, and we're finishing off with Street Fighter, the movie that Bark and I refuse to believe is real, but it's out there and it's actually happened. So, but there's so many more. I was thinking about that. There's our Target. There's so many more. Oh, it's got every year, Jean Claude Van Damme. It's fucking happening. But we're starting off with Lionheart. I haven't watched this in a while. I remember liking this movie. He's a Street Fighter. I think he's a French Legionnaire in this one, Enrique. Get ready for it. It's fucking happening, bro. We're going French to French.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of these, so looking forward.
And Tong Po's in this? No. Our bad guy from Only the Strong is in this.
Sylvester.
He fights him in a pool. Sylvester's in this movie.
Oh.
He fights him in a pool. I just remember that's a finishing move. And into the water. Yeah, into like a little bit of water. It's weird. But it's street fighting. You'll see. It's a fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. But check it out, guys. 4 weeks of the man, Jean-Claude Van Damme. They just dropped a new one on Netflix. That's another one of his movies. It's like 2018. There's so much of this motherfucker. We can do this all the time. But I'm excited about it. But before we go into that, Lionheart. Yes. Oh, where's it available, Stevens?
You can stream it pretty much anywhere. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Peacock with ads. It's on Tubi. It's pretty much everywhere. You can also rent it on other places. It's available.
There it is. Hey, Enrique, where can they get a hold of us?
Check out our link tree, linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros. Everything, all the goodies are there in one place.
All right, Barca, where can they leave us a voicemail?
Hey guys, you can go to www.gungfusuperbros.com or call our voice number at 661-401-5941 to be part of the show. Guys, rate, review us, leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you watch and listen to us.
And just a little side thing too, when we do Street Fighter, we're bringing in a homie who idolized Jean-Claude Van Damme growing up. So it should be really cool. I heard he wants to have a Van Damme off with the Barca to see who can do a better Van Damme voice. So this should be awesome, amazing. So he was going to give me a preview, but I told him, hey, don't ruin it, bro. I want to hear it. I want to hear it on the podcast. So that should be a lot of fun. But this motherfucker loves Jean-Claude Van Damme. So it should be a lot of fun to check that out. Anything else, guys? Are we good? Are we done?
We're good.
All right. It's time for me to go have breakfast. So, Barca, say bye.
Be good humans.
Enrique?
Till next time.
Super Producer Stevens?
Bye.
And remember, my name's Ivan. Love you guys. And it is useless to hide behind the veil. Your perfume is not that of a lady.